Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, man. Well, one of the last questions, man. Being around Lil Wayne, Young Money, and everybody, I see these rumors on the internet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I see people say stuff, or like Lil Wayne had ghostwriters, and I'm saying, this and that. What's your thoughts on that when you see that something like that?
Wayne is one of them people where if he fuck with you, he fuck with you. So I'm saying that to say anybody that been around Wayne know. Wayne will have a beat playing, smoking a blunt, riding on a skateboard ramp doing tricks, walk out in the parking lot, look up at the stars, keep hitting the blunt, skate a little bit, go in the room, the little lounge, look at the highlights on Sports Center for a minute. Be like, I got it, I'm ready. Whole time you like, when the fuck is this nigga gonna start writing this verse? He was working on the verse the whole time. Go in there, I said, you be like, damn. And then he'd be like, I load up another beat. And he gonna be doing this shit probably till the sun come up in the morning. So I never seen a person write something for him. But I've seen him be like, Millz, come here real quick. I said, you fuck with that? Or nah, you think I could have said something better? Or that's cool, I'm thinking too much. Bro, that shit crazy. Say that shit, I bet. Getting validation ain't somebody writing for you. If that's the case, then Wayne wrote my Bedrock verse, right? Because he told me, I don't think you should say it like that. I think you should take this part and put it here. And if you say it like this, so Wayne wrote Bedrock for me now? Because he like reconstructed the words that I had there. Because that's no different than me telling Wayne, I think you should, if you say this like this, so now Jay Millz wrote for Wayne? Because I never seen a nigga come in there and give him a record. I seen him give people records. I say this all the time. Niggas be like, Millz, you always stick up for Drake. You motherfucking right, I'm gonna stick up for Drake. Because I've seen Drake give people records. I mean, like, give them the record, like everything. Some of our favorite artists. But
Ghost wrote the whole thing.
But they'll hold the Quentin Miller shit over. The Quentin Miller gave other people reference tracks too.
Yeah.
But we just happen to hear so now we want to talk about all the reference tracks we wrote. I mean that we heard. Cause I don't give a fuck. I'm mad that I even hear reference tracks. But if you could tell me that, Drake had ghostwriters, it's like, well, he is a ghostwriter. There goes that. Cause you're not gonna tell me that, so you're gonna tell me Drake never wrote for nobody? No, you don't want to start that conversation because that's stupid. Because the people that he wrote for said he wrote for.
Okay, I hear you.
You get what I'm saying?
Hold on. One second.
This is a conversation.
One second. I'm not downing Drake. Drake obviously is super talented.
I'm not downing nobody.
I do believe he writes his own shit.
That has help.
I'm just questioning though.
That's music.
Why would you have a ghostwriter when you're as talented as Drake?
If somebody give you a reference track, is that your ghostwriter?
Well, if they wrote it.
See, I'm not even gonna say it again because
this is
why they hung me before when I brought up Fade to Black. When I brought up Fade to Black before, they hung me. So this conversation is irrelevant. You get what I mean? Because I know you understand what I mean.
That was a good question though, right? Because
I understand what you mean.
If you're as talented as Drake,
I understand what you mean.
Why would you have a ghostwriter?
Do you understand what I'm saying? You understand? Remember last time where I had this same conversation and we was talking about Fade to Black?
I remember that.
Okay, so you understand what I was saying in that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you understand what I'm saying in that answers your own question. If you're as nice as, why do you need that? That's what you just told me, right?
Well, yeah, but that was like a bar or a hook, though. But the whole Quentin Miller thing was like a whole song.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
You know.
No, I don't know, but I get it, but no, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying at all. Because if you feel like that about Drake.
I was just curious, you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
That was all. I mean, it really was just
I get what you're saying, but you know what I mean? People use reference tracks and help.
Are you saying that
a reference track isn't a ghostwrite to me?
So you don't...
To me, a reference track isn't like you ghost wrote my song. Because if that's the case, some of my favorite rappers, like I would have to say like, damn, that person ghost wrote that song for you. It's like, no, it was a reference track. He bought me a skeleton and I took the skeleton and I made it my song. That's what writers do. That's what producers do. They bring you a skeleton and you change it and you make it what you want. You might keep certain shit, you might keep certain melodies, you know, but that's what happens. It's no different than Future with Drunken Love. I've seen Future do the same thing. Same shit. But if I give you this record and it got this melody, this harmony, and these words, and then when the song come out, it's the same melody, the same harmony, and the words are switched a little bit, but I gave it to you with the intentions for that. You get what I mean? Like I wrote this, like we basically collectively worked on this record together.
Okay.
I don't get what the problem is. Like, did I sit there and write all of your bars for you and you said it? That's ghostwriting.
Okay.
I don't think Quentin Miller wrote Drake shit word for word and said, here, this is how you say it. Go in the booth and say this on the track that Meek Mill sent you and he's paying you money out of your budget for. Even Meek said he kind of like jumped out with that at that moment because we all do that. We all get reference tracks. I've got many tracks from producers and it might have had the hook on there. Or it might have had a pre-hook already there, and it might be like, oh, we think you can get so-and-so on this. You know how people do beats on YouTube and it'd be like J. Cole type beat, Young Thug type beat. When they bring those beats to the studio to the artist, they tell us that. Yo, this hook, I put this hook on there, and they'd be like, like, I think you could get Young Thug on this, or you can get Future on this, like. So then if I go and get Future on that record, he ghost wrote that for me. Even if he gave me melodies and all that, I changed the words. He ghost wrote that song for me because he told me who I should get on it with a melody that he made up and he brought it to me as a songwriter.
I would say no, not in that situation. But I was just asking the question.
No,
I'm okay either way. That's not a big deal to me.
I'm with you.
Know what
I'm
I mean?
100% with you, but
I just think Drake is just so talented that he would never need a reference track.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
I mean, he's one of the greatest ever.
He might be. He got more hits than the Beatles.
Right.
He make like London music. I heard him on songs with Bad Bunny and all that. So Bad Bunny bring me a record and me, and they got all of that on there, and they got the and then I changed the words to my shit. So Bad Bunny wrote my verse. He ghost wrote that for me. It was a skeleton.
Words?
It was a skeleton. I mean, I get it. Some people just don't like Drake. I get that
No,
too.
I fuck with Drake.
No, you can't fuck. This right here, like you can't fuck with Drake. But I like the conversation because it's healthy. You get what I mean? So when you look at something one way and you're like, yeah, but that was only a couple words. Yeah, but that was only, so now it's a word count on how many words you can give somebody. I get it. Like
we need a word count. Find how many before it's considered ghostwriting.
Man, look, not all, but the majority of your favorite artists, they use reference tracks. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I done heard a lot of reference tracks for your favorite rappers, and I don't hold that against them. I'm maybe, and it's not a Drake thing. Maybe that's just me as a rapper who has written full songs for people, has gave them a hook, has told them, I think you should just say this like this and this, or we sat at the console together and I wrote bar for you. I was like, nah, you can't start it off like that. That's ghostwriting. I know ghostwriting, but I don't trip when people don't like reference tracks. There's a lot of people that don't like to hear that this person didn't write this record. Some people don't like to hear that Neo might have wrote Irreplaceable and it was really a song about him telling the girl to the left. Some people don't want to hear that. Or some people would be like, yeah, but that's R&B though. You know what I'm saying? So the conversation I like the conversation because I like to hear what other people think about people writing for some people think that's only a rap thing. Some people don't care. But there's R&B singers that be like, oh yeah, but he ain't a writer. Hold on, before we close this out, you know what's a good example of this? What we talking about? Hit Boy and Hitmaker right now, right? Yeah. Okay. I like both of them. I like both of their production. I like both of their shit. But Hit Boy thing was, he don't make beats. Like, I make beats. Like, hit the pads and I do all of that. He's like an A&R. I wouldn't say Hitmaker's an A&R. You know what I'm saying? He's a producer, but there's different levels to producing. There's Jermaine Dupri producing, and then there's Puff Daddy producing. You know what I'm saying? There's Dr. Dre producing, Kanye West producing, Swiss Beats producing, Just Blaze producing. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people look at that. Somebody like Tank might look at it like, yeah, but if you ain't really write that R&B record, that ain't really your hit. And we over here as rappers like, I don't give a fuck who wrote that shit, man. That shit fire. That's how they look at us when they in the club going like this to Drake shit and we trying to talk about Quentin Miller. That's how singers look at us. That's how EDM artists look at us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a little different
It's
for
levels.
hip-hop.
It's levels. With hip hop, we hold people to a different standard. Same way you said. Especially when you're great. You know what I'm saying? We talking about greats here. You talking about like,
nobody would have cared if it
yeah,
was
you
just
talking
some
about
other
Drake, you
average
talking
rapper.
about Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, fucking Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking about people that's like generational talents and shit like that, it's always gonna be something. You know what I'm saying? But personally, I never really held that against people. Not even just the Drake thing. I never held it against Kanye when he said Drake wrote for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then people would be like, yeah, but Kanye's a producer. It's like, all right, so this nigga still said somebody wrote for him. Yeah, but that's different. It'd be like, all right, come on, man. Come on,
Well,
man. I hope a nigga never hear my reference tracks. Niggas gonna hate niggas, they hear my reference tracks. They'll be like, hold on, Millz had something to do with that one? Like, see, that's why I don't say nothing. Niggas, you look at a nigga totally different, you hear what a nigga helped them with. But I think some of the best music come when you collaborate with people, bro. The best, some of the best. You look at some of your favorite music that you like, it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Always. It's always a collaborative effort.
Now, recently, Billboard came out with their list of best rappers.
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy.
What'd you think about it?
That's their opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think the 50 greatest rappers or top 5 or top 10 is always going to change. In the midst of 3 to 5 years, you always going to get, at one time it was Big Daddy Kane, Rakim Kane, KRS-One. And then it was Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. And then it was Lil Wayne, it's Drake, and then it's Kendrick and Cole. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's always going to change. You got people that still going to say Pac is the best. Like, you got people that still going to say Big is the best. You know, it may change over time. Some people may say Lil Wayne shouldn't have been number 7. Some people say Kendrick might have not should have been the number he is, or Drake shouldn't have been the number he is, or Jada Kiss and Black Thought shouldn't have been the number they were. You know, it's all according to how you look at it. I try not to get too caught up on the list. Try not to get too caught up on the list, because lists ain't nothing but one person's opinions. You might have your own 50. You know, I might have my own 50, and our top 5s might be totally different. You know, it's all according to what we subscribe to as listeners, fans. But now I just want to say thanks, man. Like, I appreciate you opening your doors to me, opening your platform to me, letting me come sit, chop it up with you and just talk about my story, my journey, my future. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of them people where I like to sit and, you know, have conversations with people about my upcoming upbringing, where I'm currently at, what got me here, the ups and downs and shit. I enjoy the conversation, but I don't like it to be redundant. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to keep talking about the same shit. And I feel like if you're not living, you're not getting nothing new to talk about. Like, if I could only come in here and just tell you about Every Girl in Bedrock, but I couldn't tell you about when I left, or what made me leave, or how much respect I got for Wayne for even giving me a chance, or telling you I wasn't the original member of Young Money. There was people that was there before me. It's paying respect. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't live enough, you don't learn enough. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I appreciate you for opening your platform to me, man. And it's all love. I want everybody to Stay tuned with everything I'm doing. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at @JMillz. Follow me on Twitter at @J_Mills. Follow me on Caffeine, The Real J Mills. I got a new show on Caffeine, The Potent Show. Make sure y'all stay up to date with that. I got the Loud Opinions podcast. And I got some things going on at URL, so just stay tuned for this next chapter right here. And I appreciate Cam Capone News, man. Love.
I appreciate you, bro, for sure. What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.